And hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Success Scopes. My name is Carolyn R. Owens. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for being here. I was not able to be here Thursday. If you notice, there's a little different sound in my voice today. I have a really bad head cold right now, and it was just, I think, yesterday and Wednesday and Thursday were like the worst 2 days. Now I'm on the up battle here, getting actually feeling a lot better today. But I am back, so feeling a little better. But I wanted to definitely hop on here today. I didn't want to miss both Thursday and Friday. But welcome to another episode of Success Scopes. And for those who don't know me, I am Carolyn R. Owens, and I am the chairwoman and CEO of Infinity Coaching Incorporated, where we help you up-level your skills, your income, your career, your business, your life. And I see that Carolyn Farron has joined us. Thank you so much for being here with us today. You're always here, so we appreciate all your support for being here with us. So today's going to be a little different. This is what I was going to talk about on Thursday night if I was up to it. And if you see, the title was what? He did what? And then I want to share with you a resource that I found out about that I thought was pretty cool that you guys might like. So He Did What is all about social media. When you look at, you guys probably have heard that my favorite platform is Twitter. I love being on Twitter. I know a lot of people say that Twitter's dying. You'll see the pictures of the dead bird turned upside down. But I love being on Twitter. And if you've been following me for a while, you probably remember the time when I was telling you somebody kind of challenged me on Twitter. And they were saying that, because whenever somebody follows me, I thank them for following me. So it takes a little time for me to follow back. It's not automated. I check out their page. I check out what they got going on. How are they engaging? Are they doing positive things before I follow back? So I literally go through everyone. And I do it myself. I don't have somebody else doing it, and it's not automated. So the last of like a series of 10 responses were basically the same, saying, hey, thank you for following. Have a blessed, awesome week. And so somebody had challenged me on that, and it gave me a snapshot of all of them in a row, kind of saying that it was automated. But so we had a conversation back and forth, and they could see after a while that it wasn't automated. And so they were, and actually we got into a great conversation, got to see what he was doing, he got to see what I was doing. But that bothered me because it was questioning to me my integrity when I said, hey, that's not what I'm doing. I don't do automatic follow backs. And so where I'm going with this, when I said he did what, I recently, there's a lot of people that I follow on Twitter that I admire that are doing great, wonderful things. And when I was following this one particular person, they have their key person in leadership and doing some great things. But they had a program that you can get. They were giving away one of their free programs which talked about Twitter. And I'm all about learning more about how to grow on Twitter, how to gauge better on Twitter, and different things you can do. Thank you for sharing there, Carolyn Farron. I appreciate it. So when I went ahead into the course and I was going through it and following it, the first thing I found out was one of the things they did was they brought followers. They had brought 10,000 followers on Twitter. And for me, that's like something I am totally against. I do not believe in buying followers on any platform. So it was kind of took me back to know that this person who I admired, who had all of these followers, had grown their account significantly, did it through buying followers. And so that kind of, and they, it wasn't anything that they were hiding. But then I started doing some research, and it's like, well, how can you tell that people, how do you know if somebody's buying followers, and what's the real disadvantages and things, and understanding when somebody buys followers, and again, that's something I don't do. I don't tell anyone to buy followers, but to find that someone that you admired, key in leadership, that's how they grew their account, was by buying followers, kind of set me back for a minute. And what it does is when you, especially, and this goes across any social media platform. Twitter just happens to be my favorite, but on LinkedIn, especially when you think about buying followers, it's not that true engagement, because the people you're buying, you don't know them. You don't know how to engage with you. They don't know how to engage with you. Vice versa. You don't know you know, really there's no connection. They didn't choose. It was something that where it was just brought. And the other thing is a lot of these people are fake followers. And I didn't realize till I was kind of doing more research on it. How do you, how can you tell that there's actually programs out there that can run on your accounts to say, or you can look up other accounts and see what is their percentage of fake followers. Now, every account is going to have some fake followers, but when you buy followers, you end up with a very large portion of people that are fake. They're never going to engage with you. They have inactive accounts, or they were fake accounts created just so somebody can sell them to you. So in the end, you're wasting your money because there's no true engagement. And the true analytics and things that you're looking for on social media, you're looking for that engagement. You're looking if people are sharing and retweeting your information, and you're looking what are people doing. Because if you're like me, you want to be connected with people of like mind who's doing positive things that you can either learn from, or people that are going to learn from you. And so there's different programs you can use, because even on Facebook, when you're thinking, oh, I got all these likes, people buy likes on Facebook. They buy followers on LinkedIn. They buy followers on Twitter. Like I said, it's across all social media forms. But on Twitter, you are going to find some people who are following you that are fake. They're just fake accounts. And so I did run, when I started doing, looking into it more, getting some more information, I actually ran my account on Twitter to see, what's the percentage of people that are actually fake that would be following me. And a lot of times you'll see these people who are fake who have, they never put a picture up, they're not tweeting, they're not engaging, they keep the egg up there. And that's why I tell anybody I'm working with, especially on LinkedIn, I am a social media career strategist. I tell them, you want to put your picture up there, because if you don't put your picture up there, people are going to think that your account is fake, or they want to see you. They want to know who are they interacting with. So that's the first thing. You got to get that picture up so people will know you're real. That you can put your brand logo up if you want to, but something that kind of identifies you and solidifies, hey, this is a real person. This is someone I'm communicating with, and it's not fake. But these programs can also tell you about, accounts that have been inactive for long periods of time. Oh, thank you. I know Carolyn Farron is one person who's trying. She's just starting to pick up on her Twitter account and is really getting more active on Twitter lately. She shares a lot of her articles, and she's on here. She catches all our scopes here. But if you see, definitely having your picture up and just kind of look, and they have no information in their bio. It's just the egg and a name, and even their address there. That place, mine is at Carol R. Owens. It's at, and it's like a bunch of numbers or something that really doesn't identify them as a person. Mine is at Carol R. Owens because you guys are going to know me as Carolyn Owens, Carolyn R. Owens. I always use my middle initial R because there are quite a few Carolyn Owens out there. But you can see it's a person, it's real. And so that's one thing that you're looking at. People really want to see you. They want to know who they're engaging with. The program that you can use, if you put fake followers check, or you put the website address is fakers.statuspeople.com, and you can run your account in there. You can run, I think, up to 3 friends account too, but I don't know if that's per day or one time. They have a subscription for it and everything, but it gives you a lot of good analysis that shows the inactivity. And again, it shows you the percentage of fake followers that you have, and then it shows you a percentage of real deal credible followers that you have. And I felt good because my number of fake followers was fairly low. It was really, really low, and my credible ones. But then they also, from the credible ones, they deduct the inactive ones. So out of them, they tell you exactly how many people have been inactive for a long period of time. And that way because if you are someone who, especially if you're just starting out your Twitter account, your numbers are low, and you have to have that ratio, and you're looking at your ratio of followers to unfollowers. If these people have been inactive for 6 months, 7 months, and they're not, somebody prominent or a major influencer, you can go in and unfollow. These are the people you can unfollow. I always also use Status Brew and Twitter Counter. I use Status Brew for my unfollowing. When I have a free account with Status Brew, and I can go in and see who has recently unfollowed me. I can look at who's not following back, and you can unfollow up to 100 people a day using Status Brew. And it's easy for me to go through and see, because there are people who, because right now I've I've got over 12,000 followers now. But I grew it all organically over a couple years before I really started getting into Twitter. But there are people who just want to follow you for a shout out, or to see how it's going to grow their account, and they will follow you for just a day or two and then unfollow you. But Status Brew allows me to go in and see when they unfollowed me and that they're not following back, or then I can go back down to try to keep. I like to keep still a ratio of unfollowers to followers. One that was recommended by the guys at Social Quant. I read a lot of their articles. If you're on Twitter, you should definitely be following Social Quant, because they also give you a free 14-day trial that you can do to see how their program works. And during those 14 days, they're giving you tips and strategies on what your picture should look like, what your bio should look like. So it's just at Social Quant. If you look those guys up, Mike, and his last name I believe is Kawalo, K-A-W. If you just put Mike, K-A-W, and the rest should pop up, because he's fairly popular on there. But he sends out some great articles all the time with tips and strategies for Twitter, which have been significantly helpful for me. But the whole point of this is when, really for true engagement, to know who you're interacting with. And so it's like, wow, I could not, believe that a person that I looked up to and admired so much was how they really did it. They brought their followers. They brought over 10,000 followers, and that's what they encourage you to do. And it just kind of made me view things a little differently. And now, after I did more research, how do you start knowing who has fake followers, what's going on? I was able to start looking at some other accounts, and I'm like, wow, they have all the same signs that they bought their followers, and that's how they got started, or that's what they did to amp their account up. Definitely not something I recommend. Definitely not something I want to do. For the success and engagement that I want to be real. I want to be authentic, and I want to be engaging with people. Not somebody fake, not somebody I brought. And that's in any kind of situation, any social media platform. Even as friends, do you want to buy your friends? I mean, really? So it's like, approach social media the same way. It's a time, we're in a day and age where there's not a lot of privacy out there. People can find out who you are and so much about you just by searching on your name. And that's why I tell kids when I'm teaching them about getting ready to go into the workforce or what career they want to go into, think about what they're putting out there on social media. Because, hey, privacy is gone. They're going to see pictures of you. They're going to see things that you're doing. They're going to know who your friends are and who you're interacting with. You just got to search and you will find it. Especially if they want careers, hey, anybody can become president. So if you're thinking about, if there are people who start in their, their young age, that is their goal. They want to, be in the Senate, be in Congress. And you got to think, well, what are you having in your past? What are things going on? What pictures of you are going to come up? And I've actually seen it cost someone a job because they were applying for a job that required a lot of trust. And they were underage. And so the people that were supposed to be hiring him, there was between two people. And they were looking at both candidates, so they searched them. And what did they find? There's no privacy on this guy's Facebook page, so you see everything. And you see him out, drinking, partying, and I mean turning up the bottles of beer and different things. And you can, the argument is, well, what if it really wasn't beer, or what if it was something else in the bottle, although it clearly looks like a beer bottle? That's the perception. That's what they saw. And because of the trust required of the position, that he was doing this underage, the different pictures they saw, they could not hire him, and they went with the other candidate. So, like I said, just being able to know who you're engaging with, checking out your platforms. So kind of take a look at them today. If you want, again, the website is fakers.statuspeople.com, or I think you could just put fake followers check in, and then it's going to pop up for you, and you can run a scan on your Twitter account there and see what comes up for you. And like I said, I'm very grateful that my numbers for fake followers was very, very, very low. And today I'm going to go through Status Brew and looking at those people that I recently followed me, and I recently followed back. Within 2 days, they do a quick unfollow, and and then you see how it wasn't just me. You can see that their number of people they were following dropped significantly. So they followed all these people to get a lot of followers, and then boom, they unfollowed most of them so that they can have higher numbers. and you can check that out as well. And that's what I use a status brew for, is to really go through. So it's just not that I'm not, sitting there out on social media. I really get on there. I really try to engage. I really try to use the platforms. Each one has its own mindset. Each one has its own culture. And as you guys know, Twitter is my favorite, followed by Instagram. And you can also, there's a way to check fake followers on all the platforms. Instagram has one, Twitter has one, so you can just go ahead and check those out. I just know specifically the one for Twitter because that's where I spend most of my time, and I was just doing the analysis recently, like past 24 hours, to see, because this has been something I kind of wanted to throw out there for you guys. When I found out, it was a couple weeks ago that I found out this person had actually bought followers, and I talked to another friend of mine about it. Like, wow, kind of took you by surprise because they're so well respected, that's how they grew their following. And I'm very proud to say mine was all organic growth. It took some time, but then I have some great people that I'm following, and some really good people that are following me back, that will stop and even just have some true, real conversations. And that's what I like about it. When you get those true people that are engaging with you, it makes your whole social media interaction better and different. And you will find people that will truly support you, regardless, whatever you're doing with your business or products or services, they're there to support you. And if you want to think about, well, then, if you're somebody who's thought about followers, or you're getting frustrated because your account isn't growing, one of the things you can think of is the best way to do it is just keep providing content. Give, and then ask. You don't want to just constantly be asking, do this for me, but you want to give. What is your area of specialty? What quotes or graphics are you putting on? Where you're showing people what, if you're putting a quote and stuff up there, it's showing a piece of you. So how do they get to know you? As you give, but you should, take time. Follow a few influencers each day, follow people, give them at least a week or two to follow back, because what if somebody's on vacation, and there are people who actually go on vacation and shut their social media down, probably far and few right now, but there are times where they get sick, like I was pretty out of it for the past couple days. But really thinking, go through and actually start following people. We're actually doing in my free community, which is infinitycoaching.net/community. We're doing a Instagram challenge for the month of February. We're starting February 1st through the 28th, where they're going to get an idea or topic or something that they have to post on Instagram each day, along with some tips and strategies of how to interact on Instagram. And so there's again, Twitter's my favorite, but a lot of people Instagram is really hot right now with different things that are happening there, with being able to do your stories on there. So definitely we'll be doing that. If you want to join us in the community, you can just go to infinitycoaching.net/community. It's free, and it's a great group in there. It's a small group, but it's a very professional group that's there, supporting each other. So you can check that out. But again, if you want to grow your followers on Twitter, just look at the content that you're putting out. What are you giving? Are you just constantly asking? And how are you engaging? And I encourage you, don't buy your followers, but really think about, doing it organically and being patient. I know we're in a society where we want everything so quick, and even now, I know I talk fast sometimes, so it's just coming from Philly. A lot of times I'll talk pretty fast, but being able to be patient and really having it grow, taking your time. But you got to be doing something every day towards that goal. There's different people will tell you how many tweets you should be doing each day. The highest number I've seen is that people should be tweeting 50 times a day. The lowest I've seen is 10. So it varies depending on what your goal is, the hours that you're tweeting. But if you start studying and looking, there's so much free information out there on how you can grow your account. So I just want to take a minute and talk to you guys about that. When I was like, whoa, I couldn't believe that that's what this person did. And so how did we then become successful on social media? And that's how it all relates to our topic of success scopes. So one fun thing I want to share with you, you saw it was about this, and it was about the Walmart beauty box. So this was something I actually found out about on Twitter through a program I use called Co-Promote. You guys can check that out. That's another way to grow your following, as people on Co-Promote, they share your tweets. They support each other, and for you to earn points per se, to have other people sharing your tweets, you have to share. So it's a definitely engagement where you're looking at other people's tweets and you're sharing them. But one of the things I saw on there, someone had posted about the Walmart Beauty Box, and I had never heard of it, never seen it. And so 4 times a year, winter, summer, spring, and fall, Walmart does this cool beauty box that you can get. And the thing is, it's only $5, but they send you this box, if you guys can see it. This is the winter one that came recently. And inside of it, it has different, full-size products that you can try that they carry in Walmart. And like this one was pretty cool this time because they sent a full-size CoverGirl, my color, black brown, mascara. You find stuff like this in the box. Along with, you find, it's winter time, so they're looking at skin moisturizer that works, real well in the winter time. And you see the size of these things. It's not a lot of often itty-bitty samples. You get really nice sizes. They gave, I hope I don't need this one. Y'all can see me, so hopefully I don't need this one. But it gives you like some rejuvenation cream, anti-wrinkle cream. I don't think I'm there yet. I hope not. And then another type of moisturizer. So you see with the winter theme, it's all about keeping your skin moisturized and healthy. And another, well, this is a good one. It's the Daily Moisturizing Body Yogurt from Aveeno. But it gives you an opportunity for $5 that you're trying the different products. And there's more in here. I mean, you've got the Absolutely Ageless Daily Moisturizer. So you're getting 6, 7 products. And like by the time you think about even the mascara, it's worth much more than the $5 you're spending. And even Dove, I didn't even know Dove came out with a line of hair care stuff for shampoo, conditioner, protein mask for restoration of your hair. And so it's like I said, it's different things in here, coupons, different things that you find in here. And it's $5, and it's at, I had the website address here. If you guys want to check it out, it is beautybox.walmart.com. And I'm sure if you just type in Walmart Beauty Box, you'll find it. Like I said, it's just 4 times a year. They send you an email ahead of time saying, they'll charge you $5. And you're typically going to find there's a couple things in here I'll definitely use. And what I don't, when I'm meeting with somebody, a friend for tea or something, it's like, hey, check out the latest beauty box. What do you want that I'm not going to use in here? And it's a pretty good way to, you're thinking about them at the same time. So you can get some use out of it. But I thought it was pretty neat. And hey, it's a resource. It's something that I found on Twitter. Being able to promote someone else who was sharing it and engaging there. So it was another way for me to engage. And if you do reviews on the products, they also put you in to get gift cards and different things. I have not done any of the reviews yet, but it's definitely another way. And if there's a lot of people on Periscope and YouTube that actually rate the products, and this is what they do. They review products. And if that's what you want to do, this is a great way. Get the beauty box, talk about the products, rate them, review them, show how to use it. If you've been thinking about that, if you're in fashion, if you're in beauty, if you're in cosmetics, it's a great way to then grow your business by sharing this information in the form of a scope, in Snapchat, or different ways where you can build your following. And then the companies that you're supporting and that you're sharing the information on, tag them, use the hashtags. And when you tag them and use the hashtags, and when you do that, they're going to notice you. And then they may start sending you more products. So it's a great way to kind of grow. If that's your field, if that's your area of specialty, hey, think about it with the products that you're using. But then you're reaching out to these big brand companies that will help grow your business, will help get you out there. And next thing you know, they're sending you products to review. That's a great way. A lot of kids do that with the different toys, the video games, the music. I'm trying to get my son to do it with video games, but he's just not ready to jump in front and do this yet. But hopefully he'll be hopping on here soon to do his own, because he is a hardcore gamer. Oh man, it's not many video games he won't try or play. But I just want to share that one with you, give you some ideas, and hopefully even if this isn't your area, if cosmetics, beauty, or fashion isn't your area, kind of gave you some things to even think about on how you can interact with people and grow on social media. And this is not just for business owners. When we talk about how you're engaging, this is for everybody who's active on the platform. And, how are you following people and engaging? Because it's also how you're learning. And if you have a bunch of fake followers, you're not learning. If you're buying followers, you're not learning. It's all about what you're putting in here, putting in this mindset here, because you want to stay motivated, you want to stay focused, you want to stay on the grind to achieve your goals. And you don't want people blocking you or not, that's putting that negative vibe and that negative energy out there for you. So I hope this has been helpful for you today. Kind of took a little different approach, but I want to share something that kind of have been nugging at me and just, get my opinion out there on buying followers and give you some background, tell you what I think of that there. So hopefully it's been helpful. We will be back here Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. I already know what we're going to talk about. I'm excited about it. It's based on an article that I'm going to be writing, so you definitely want to come back. I'll be sharing more resources and people you want to connect with that will help you grow. And again, it's not just for business owners, not just for coaches, authors, but it's for the information I'm sharing. It applies to everybody in some way, shape, or form to help you move forward in your life, business, or career. So if you want to connect with me, you got any questions, suggestions, ideas for me, you can email me at cowens@infinitycoaching.net, or you can always visit my website at infinitycoaching.net. Thanks again for showing up and being with me for another episode. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, I thank you so much. And I want you to remember, guys, what's my theme word for the year? It's all about having fun. So make sure you do something this weekend that's for you, that you're going to have some fun. Not what everybody else wants you to do, but go back and think about, if it's reading a book or if it's taking just time to kind of chill out, sit outside and drink a cup of tea, or even, have you a glass of wine while you watch the movie. Something that you truly enjoy. Take time for that this weekend. So I'll be back Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again, and until next time, here's to your success. See ya.